Hello students, hope you are safe and healthy at your place. So in this class we are going to read our second chapter, The Selfish Giant. It is written by Oscar Wilde. The Selfish Giant was first published in May 1888 as a part of the 5 stories in the collection The Happy Prince and the Other Tales by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde wrote a simple and interesting story of divine intervention in nature. Coexisting and spreading love is the message of the story. The young boy was a messenger of the God. He made the cruel giant feel repented, means he made the cruel giant realize his mistake. So let's read the story and learn in detail about the selfish giant and his repentance. So first of all, we'll discuss about the characters of the story. The most important characters in the story are the giant and the little boy, and the other kids act as a collective character and are associated with spring and joy, as this season refuses to enter the giant's garden in the absence of the children. So let's read the story. Every afternoon, after coming from school, the children went to play in the giant's garden. It was a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Beautiful flowers stood like stars, and there were 12 peach trees that in the springtime broke out into delicate blossoms of pink and pearl and bore rich fruit in the autumn. The birds sat on the tree and sang so sweetly that the children stopped their games in order to listen to them. How happy we are here, they cried to each other. So the opening line suggests that the children were very fond of playing in the giant garden. As we know that every afternoon after the school, they come to that giant garden to play. And further, they have given the description about the giant's garden. So it was a lovely garden with soft grass and beautiful flowers. It had 12 peach trees that broke out. Broke out means flourish into delicate blossoms which are of pink color and pearl flower in spring season, and turn into rich fruits in bore rich fruit means into rich fruits in the season of autumn. And the children also loved to listen the songs of various birds, and thus they lived very happily there. One day the giant came back. He had gone to visit his friend the Cornish ogre and had stayed with him for 7 years. When he returned, he saw the children playing in his garden. So the Cornish ogre means a giant of Cornwall in the UK, and ogre means the giant who eats people and usually create frightening among people. What are you doing here? He cried in a very gruff voice. Gruff means harsh, and the children ran away. This is my garden, said the giant. I will allow nobody to play in it. So he built a high wall all around it and put up a notice board, trespasser will be prosecuted. Trespasser means the person who enters in someone's land without his or her permission. And prosecuted means the person will be taken to the court, and he will be tried in a court of law, means he will get the punishment by the law for this crime. So he put up a notice board on which he has written trespasser will be prosecuted. So here we see the enjoyment of the children had ended with the arrival of the giant, who was away for last 7 years to a friend's house. What was the name of that friend house? Cornish ogre. And he got enraged when he saw children playing in his garden, and he started shouting on them and he built a high wall around his garden and put up a notice that trespassing from his property is prohibited, means they will be punished those who will try to enter in his property. Let's have a look to the new terms. Giant means demon. Cornish ogre, a giant of Cornwall in the UK. Ogre means a giant who eats people. Trespasser, those who enter someone's land without his or her permission. And prosecuted means tried in a court of law. Here it means the person will be punished by the court of law. And prosecuted means the person will be taken to the court and he will be tried in a court of law, means he will get the punishment by the law for this crime. So he put up a notice board on which he has written trespasser will be prosecuted. So here we see the enjoyment of the children had ended with the arrival of the giant, who was away for last 7 years to a friend's house. What was the name of that friend house? Cornish ogre. And he got enraged when he saw children playing in his garden, and he started shouting on them, and he built a high wall around his garden and put up a notice that trespassing from his property is prohibited, means they will be punished those who will try to enter in his property. Let's have a look to the new terms. Giant means demon. Cornish ogre, a giant of Cornwall in the UK. Ogre means a giant who eats people. Trespasser, those who enter someone's land without his or her permission. And prosecuted means tried in a court of law. Here it means the person will be punished by the court of law. He was indeed a selfish giant. The poor children now had nowhere to play. They tried to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stone. They wandered round the high wall when their lessons were over, and talked about the beautiful garden inside. So we see that the decision took a toll on children, as they did not have a place to play. Because if they play on the road, there was a lot of dust and stone. So they were very sad and depressed. How happy we were there, they said to each other. Then the spring came, and all over the country there was little blossom and little birds. Only in the garden of selfish giant it was still winter. The bird did not care to sing in it, as there were no children and the trees forgot to blossom. As the time passed by, spring season came and the flowers blossomed everywhere. And the little birds were chirping all around, but it did not arrive in Giant's garden. There were barren winter only. I cannot understand why the spring is so late in coming, said the selfish giant, as he sat at the window and looked out at his cold white garden. I hope there will be a change in the weather soon. But the spring never came, nor the summer. The autumn gave golden fruit to every garden, but to the giant's garden she gave none. He is too selfish, she said. So it was always winter there, and the north wind and the hail and the frost and the snow danced about through the trees. As we see, the trees and flowers were not blossoming, and no birds were chirping. However, the snow, the frost, they were happy. The snow covered up the grass with the white shroud. Shroud means a cloak, means a cover, and the frost covered the trees. The north wind was also invited to stay by them. They brought chaos in the garden. It means they created mess in the garden. Then they planned to invite the hail. He fell on the roof of the castle and broke most of its plates. And it was dressed in grey color. So thus they all danced through about the garden, about the trees. And one morning the giant lay awake in the bed when he heard some lovely music. It sounded so sweet to his ears that he thought it must be the king's musician passing by. It was really only a little linnet singing outside the window, but it was so long since he had heard a bird sing in his garden that it seemed to him to be the most beautiful music in the world. Then the hail stopped dancing over his head, and the north wind ceased roaring. Ceased means stopped. And a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement. I believe the spring has come at last, said the giant, and he jumped out of bed and looked out. However, the giant was waiting eagerly and was very hopeful. And one morning, the giant was lying on his bed awake and he heard some lovely music. At first, the giant thought that it must be a king's musician who is passing by, but then giant rejoiced, as rejoiced means he felt very glad, as he was sure that the spring has arrived. He looked out and found that children were back. Every single tree was blossoming as a child was sitting on its branch. And now the hail stopped dancing over their heads and north winds stopped roaring. And a delicious perfume here means smell, came to him through the open casement. Casement means a window that open on hinge like a door. He jumped out of his bed and he looked out. Have a look on the new terms. Linnet means a brownish songbird found in Europe, and seized means top. Casement means window that open on hinges like a door. So let's read further. What did he see? He saw the most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall, the children had crept in and they were sitting on the branches of the tree. On every tree that he could see, there was a little child. And the tree were so glad to have the children back again that they had covered themselves with blossoms and they waved their arms gently above the children's head. The birds flew about and tweeted with delight. Tweeted means chirped with delight, and the flowers looked up through the green grass and laughed. It was a lovely scene. Only in the one corner it was still winter. It was the farthest corner of the garden, and in it stood a little boy who was so small that he could not reach up to the branches of the tree. And he was wandering all round it. He was crying bitterly. The poor tree was still quite covered with frost and snow, and the north wind blew and roared above it. Climb up, little boy, said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could. But the little boy was too tiny to climb on the tree. So here we see the giant notice the wonderful sight where the birds were flying, flowers were laughing, except for a place where the small child could not climb the tree. The poor tree wanted the child, as frost, snow, and north wind were still blowing on that tree. So the giant realized his mistake and decided to break the wall. Let's see how. And the giant's heart melted as he looked out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring would not come here. I will put that poor little boy on the top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be children's playground forever and ever. He was really very sorry for what he had done, so he crept downstairs and opened the front door quite softly and went out into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy did not run, for means because his eyes were so full of tears and that he did not see the giant coming. The giant stole up behind him and took him gently in his hand and put him up onto the tree. The tree broke at once into blossom, and the bird came and sang on it, and the little boy stretched out his arms and flung them round the giant's neck. Flung them round means he hugged him, and he also kissed him. The other children, when they saw that giant was not wicked any longer, means he is not a cruel giant any longer, they all came running back, and with them came the spring. So here we see the giant came downstairs and opened the front door, but the children got frightened at once when they saw the giant, but the small boy could not run away because he couldn't see that he is coming towards him. And the giant lifted the boy and put him onto the branch of the tree, and the tree blossomed at once, and the giant behavior was changed, and he allowed the children, and then they entered the spring, and the jubilant giant took an axe and he knocked down the wall. People were surprised to see the children playing with the giant garden. The giant was no longer the same giant, selfish giant. He invited every child to visit his garden with special mention to the youngest child. But nobody knew him. The giant asked the children, "It is your garden now, little children." And he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people went to the market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. And they get surprised with the view. And all day long they played, and in the evening they came back to Giant to bid him goodbye. But where is your little companion? He said. The boy put on the tree. The giant loved him the best because he had kissed him. We don't know, answered the child, and he has gone away. Nobody knew about that young boy. You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow, said the giant. But the children said that they did not know where he lived and had never seen him before. The giant felt really sad. Every afternoon, when school was over, the children came and played with the giant, but the little boy whom the giant loved was never seen again. The giant was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for means waited, for his first little friend, and often spoke of him, and often he talked about him. How I would like to see him, he said. Years went by, and the giant grew very old and feeble. Feeble means weak. He could not play about anymore, so he sat in a huge armchair. Armchair means the chair on which there is a space to keep the arm, and watched the children at their games and admired his garden. I have many beautiful flowers, he said, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. The giant was very kind to all. But years rolled by and the giant grew old and feeble. He watched the children playing while sitting in an armchair. He said that the children are the most beautiful flower of all. One winter morning, he looked out of his window as he was dressing. He did not hate the winter now, for he knew that it was merely a spring asleep and that the flowers were resting. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and he looked and looked. It certainly was a marvelous sight. In the farthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossoms. Its branches were of golden color and silver fruit hung down from them, and underneath it stood the little boy he had loved. Downstairs ran the giant in a great joy and out into his garden. He hastened across the grass and came near to the child. But when he came quite close, his face grew red with anger, and he said, "Who hath dared to wound thee?" Hath here means has. Dared to wound thee. Thee means you. Who has dared to wound you? For on the palms of the child's hands were the prints of 2 nails. Prints means there were prints of 2 nails, and the print of 2 nails were on the little feet also. Who hath dared to wound thee? Cried the giant again. Tell me that I may take a big sword and slay him. Slay means kill. Kill him. Nay, nay means no, answered the child. But these are the wound of love. The little child told the giant that these are the wound of love. Who art thou? Art means are and thou means you. Who are you? Said the giant, and a strange awe fell on him, and he knelt before the little child. Knelt means he bent on his knees in front of the little child, before the little child. So in this para we have seen that the giant no longer hated the winter, and one morning he was surprised to see the lovely white blossoms on a tree whose branches were of golden in color, and who were bearing silver fruit. There was a little boy sitting under that tree. He was very happy and rushed toward him. On seeing his hand, he grew angry. He wanted to punish the wrongdoer, means who did that, who gave the wound to the little boy. But the child replied that those were the wounds of love. The giant was shocked to hear such an answer. He then asked about him. He asked him, "Who are you?" And then he replied him gently. And the child smiled on the giant and said to him, "You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise." And when the children ran in that afternoon, they found the giant laying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossoms.
So here he when he asked about him, then the little boy replied very gently that once the giant allowed him to play in his garden and now today he would take him along. When the children came to play in the afternoon, they found the giant laying dead and he was covered with the white blossoms. So here we understood that the little child was Lord himself. He was a Jesus Christ whose palms and feet were imprint of nail, and he had sacrificed his life for humanity so that the sins, means the bad deeds of the world, would be washed away. So it was a beautiful story that suggested us that giving happiness to other will make us also feel happy in our life. And the story is about a giant who was really selfish by nature, a tall, massive, and ugly looking character who does not like the children, those who were playing in his garden. But later on, he realized his mistake because the tiny boy spread happiness and he returned happiness as well. So, this is the moral of the story. The selfish giant, in which the selfish giant remain no longer selfish, and he learned the act of kindness, salvation, and humanity. So this was the end of lesson. Thank you.